Hi everyone, and welcome to Meet the Characters, our little short series of videos where we're basically making minis of all the characters in Undergods, one of our current shows. And as you can see with me for this installment is Griff. Griff, do you want to tell us like a little bit about Aware? I mean, I'm going to use, like, we know by now that's not technically their name, but their name is very hard to say. Tell us a little bit about them.
So I think that's one of my favorite things about Aware is that only one of the other members of the party right now, Phoebe, actually knows their name, because their name comes from a changeling language, because they are a changeling, and the changeling language that I've developed in my headcanon is a somatic language. It requires bodily changes in order to speak that, of course, other races can't perform, so only changelings can speak changeling, which makes their name impossible to pronounce if you don't. Because I like to make things easy on my party, and I create characters that are easy to get along with, and jovial and easy to know.
Speaking of easy, we're gonna make a mini, but it's of a changeling. So, do you want to make a mini of like Aware in their changeling state? Do you want to make a mini of one of their like more common personas?
So I think, like, I don't know, because I've not used Hero Forge before, so I'm actually really excited to kind of learn in the hands-on way. This looks like a really exciting process. Of all of Aware's incarnations, my personal favorite is Trombo, who, again, in my lore is Trombo the Magnificent.
Trombo's going to be a tricky one.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to ask, is because Trombo is an adult orangutan male, I'm not sure what we've got.
Yeah, basically, you can see that like on the screen share, we've got currently up races, because there's like, these are all the different things that you can adapt and customize about the mini. For anyone who's not familiar with Hero Forge, don't worry, we'll go through. It's super simple. And for anyone who is familiar, we're doing the color stuff today as well, which is pretty new and really cool. Like, it's lots of humanoid races. So you've got like frogs and lizard folks, you've got merfolks and centaurs and stuff. However, making your own customized animal, except like animal style mini, like Trombo. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to go with one of the humanoid personas or forms of Aware. I mean, you can go like, there's rabbit folk, little goblins, skeletons. There's still plenty of options, and this is just in terms of like the overall race. This isn't even getting into clothing or customizable horns, etc. So at the top, there's like more kind of common ones like human, elf, half-elf, dwarf elementals, gnomes, half-orc, halfling, some of the like kind of common D&D races, things like that.
Yeah. This is just pointing out how closed my scope has been in terms of the people that Aware terms to inhabit. I'm like, why haven't I looked like that yet? That's cool. So if we go for Aware's base changeling form, in my head it would look most like the robot figure.
Okay.
Further down, because they are distinct. They are humanoid, but distinctly non-human.
Mm.
And they're also fairly sexless. That they don't really have a.
Yeah.
There's nothing distinguishing physically that would give you sex. I think the problem that we're going to run into then is that Aware is a nudist, in that clothing is something that Aware does for other people.
Yeah, it's worth noting, Aware has like some special powers, which mean, because most changelings, they can't like absorb or change their clothes, but Aware has some additional abilities that mean they can do that.
Like I said, I make characters that are super easy to manage.
Yeah.
Right?
I reckon just because clothing and stuff is so much fun, let's go with a clothed option.
Okay, so what about, so the one that we've seen the most is Callisto, but I feel like making an elven druid is kind of it's quite bread and butter as a character, a stock character. So I would either like to go for there's the elderly humanoid. There's Daphne.
Is that the person who has like an ear in the middle of her face?
Has an ear in the middle of her face.
Like, I have no idea if we'll be able to like put an ear in the middle of her face, but we can try that character.
I think so. I think even if we can't get the ear, she's so much fun to play because she's based on quite a few very elderly women I know, and that she doesn't give a shit. And she's just kind of trundling along doing exactly what she pleases, and the rest of the world can keep up.
So are we thinking like a human base or something close to human? I
would say maybe dwarven.
Okay.
Because she's very small.
This is like dwarf size. It's a little bit hard, obviously, to see the stuff, but this is a shorter dwarf size. I mean, there's options to like add beard and stuff in there. But what we can do is start with that race, and then, so you've got like all these options of what to make your head look like.
Oh my god, this is so cool. So there's this face next to the rabbit that's quite broad. Maybe that's a goblin face? I'm not sure.
Which?
Between the lizard and the rabbit.
Oh, this one. Goblinoid features.
Yeah. I think that
so you click it. Oh, that looks kind of like weirdly cute. There's also a softness bar, so it can be like more harsh and angry, or.
Oh no, she's beatific. She's very soft.
Speaking of that, expression. There's loads of sliders here. I'm guessing like stuff like R, which just basically makes you do that, isn't necessarily. But we can make her like way more smiley if you want.
I like, is it possible to do like, no, I guess that's too much, but like smile with lips closed? Teeth? I'll
see, because we can kind of get like a little bit there. No, that's snarl. Cocky tends to like add in like a bit of a smile, but it keeps the lips closed, but it is like a little bit cocky.
Okay.
I wonder what happens if you mix smile and cocky. No, it starts to like open the lips out a bit.
What happens if you click on the different heads at the top? The second head looks like...
This takes you to like an auto option, basically.
What about snarl and confused? What do those do?
So if you take up... Oh god.
That's a very aware expression, actually.
If I was to take this, like, then maybe I can... Yeah, like, there were 3 things in play there, getting real confused.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like snarl, confused. If you start bringing smile in, it starts going a bit weird.
I think we can take out snarl. I don't think snarl. Not for Daphne.
There's confused smile, or we could just go with like gentle smile.
I like gentle smile.
Gentle smile, okay.
What are the other ones? R
just opens up, and then eyes. This is literally like whether you're kind of like looking off to one side and you want the character to be doing that. And then there's up and down, which you don't get the full kind of benefit now, but obviously when the colouring of the eyes comes in, it shows.
Yeah.
But we can always like come back to things as well.
Okay.
Any preference on ears beyond these ones?
Smaller. They don't stick out as much. She's got more humanoid ears. Yeah.
Tiny ears. Hair.
So
Right.
Okay.
There is a lot of options here of like tied up, down, plaited, like buzz cuts, balding, etc.
So there was one closer to the top. One of those has my haircut. I'm very pleased about that. Further out.
What kind of length are you thinking?
So she had like second row all the way to the right, that kind of grandma bun.
Oh yeah.
Love chignon.
Chignon.
A chignon. I think that's
good for headmistress school teachers and bright-eyed young sailors. Does she have a beard?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if she did, it would be like a few wispy strands that she couldn't be bothered to deal with.
Yeah. There are some eyebrow options. I mean, you can go like full monobrow, or you can just go bushy. Or you can go like little skinny ones, or you can go straight up normal.
I like the ones before this, the little bushy.
They're meant to be scaly brow ridges, but you can probably colour them so that they look just like little bushy ones.
Yeah, I say there's probably quite a lot about Daphne that just looks slightly off-putting, but you couldn't put your finger on why.
There are some different types of eyes.
Okay.
They do look pretty like distinctly different. So you got robot ones or big alien ones.
Wow.
Or normal.
I think she's just eyeballs there.
Yep. And then teeth, you can go like a little bit fangsy. Obviously, we're not seeing that much of her teeth now, but you can see like a tiny difference when I click on stuff.
Yeah.
But it can be just like standard.
Yeah, I like standard. I mean, just there's a little bit of me that wants to go with rodent, just because one more thing to be off-putting, but
So rodents.
I don't think you'll be able to see them much.
You'll be able to see like a tiny little bit. We can always leave it like that, and then. Okay. So the additional ones are pretty much just horns. I'm guessing that, as weird as some of Daphne's deal is. Cool. So this is where we can like do stuff which is like about body type, about how like muscular or built or tall or short, etc. someone is. I'm assuming going with like standard kind of humanoid torso and humanoid legs.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it possible that she could be like a little bit, a bit pudding-y?
Bit pudding-y,
like,
sure.
She's not muscular.
So there's one which is weight, but there's also one which is like belly and curves. So you can actually like take the slider up to increase the size of the belly. Let me see what curves. Curves basically like put something onto like hips and midriff.
Yeah. Maternal.
Yeah. There's one that's just called booty. You can click and drag so you can see from all angles as well.
Like negative booty.
Negative.
Well, this is a problem my family have. As we age, we slowly lose all of our butt. It's just eaten by the rest of our body.
Cool.
So
in that case, most of that is the kind of underwear that we've got at the moment.
Okay.
Bust can be made like a bit bigger if you wanted like bust to kind of match the hips.
Yes.
And then. Yeah, so weight is kind of on the higher end. Posture, because posture basically can be like bolt upright or hunched over.
I think she's a lot more hunched. I really see her as somebody that kind of, well, at one point she leaned on.
Yeah, she was using other people to help her walk.
Yeah, so I think she does have that kind of.
Cool.
Quite hunched.
Wings, tail, and additional probably aren't going to apply. Additional is stuff literally like having a turtle shell.
Why didn't I make her a turtle? That would have been awesome.
There's
should have been a turtle.
Hey, there's always more episodes and more like personas. Clothing. So you can kind of choose from fully formed costumes. Mm-hmm. If there's bits of those you like, then you can choose those and then go on to the next sections of like headwear and legs and chest and stuff, and then kind of pick and mix them a bit more. What's like the general vibe for Daphne clothes wise?
I think probably a bit druidy. I imagine like shawls, robes. Like I think a lot of her body's actually obscured.
Yeah. Okay, so this is starting to go down into like more modernish stuff. If we go back up.
Look at this.
I know, there's so many things where I'm like, I would just like these as clothes if I could. We might have a look at.
This looks like a great resource for character gen as well. Just to scroll through and go, oh yeah, that could be a thing. I could play with that. That's neat. Exactly.
It kind of the stuff that you'd never really thought about, like your character's posture or what their eyes are like or something. Let's start with chest and try and find something that feels kind of druidy. So like you were saying, like robe kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Robes and layers.
Yeah, I figure she would want to be comfortable, and she wouldn't want to draw attention to herself, and she would want something with lots of inside pockets.
So there's loose shirts that kind of have a bit of a roby feel to them.
There's Daphne's top. Not Daphne, Darla.
Oh yeah, that is like very Darla.
Yeah.
Then it gets like a little bit more.
It's a bit more modern, hey?
Bit more armored. So maybe we want to go with some of the ones that are kind of more. These are like, I think they're initially styled as like wizards and stuff, but what we can also do is give them like foresty, druidy colors. But there's different kind of robe tops and things. So there's like bits and pieces like that, or like a bard shirt.
What was the druid?
I haven't spotted one that's specifically druid. So we've got ones like this, which are just kind of general top half of wizardy robes. Yeah. Then you kind of get slightly more into like commonery vibes. And then you've got things like this.
Okay, so the one directly next to that, the robe that's next to the...
This one?
Try that on her, see how that looks. I know it's a trench coat, but... Oh no, that's a lot more structured than I thought it was.
What about... There's like a general dust... I love that that's called the Outlaw's Duster. Or there's this kind of... So there's different types of like dusters with different levels of detail. Like swashbuckler's coat.
I think she's like one step off of having picked up a blanket.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a shawl or like that. I think.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. This is called the Druid's chest piece.
Okay.
So in that case, we can kind of have a little look at like some leg thing because there'll be a matching one in here.
So that's a skirt. I'm holding fast. That's some kind of long skirt.
There's.
Ooh, what about? There's one with looks like a sashy thing.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of looks like she's
got some belly going on. Ooh, scandalous stuff.
Are you feeling that for Daphne?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what does Daphne have on her feet?
Oh, I would expect sandals or slippers, something.
Monk sandals? Oh my god, that probably... I really enjoy just the look of those sandals with her long skirt. Yes. Cool. Gear is like weaponry, etc. If there's anything that comes to mind, shout out and we'll see if we can find it. But there's also like glasses and stuff.
So, two things that could happen. When we were playing, she definitely had a staff, because that was the quarterstaff handle of the broom. Or, yes. If we want to nod to the fact that it's a wearer's toy, if she could have the actual broom, if they've got a push broom, that would be awesome.
Ooh, okay. We've definitely got staffs of various different, like, vibes. Let me see if there's something... So this is, like, crossbows, pistols, guns. It might be an other, because I think a lot of this is just, like... Yeah. Let's see if there's a broom and other, otherwise there's some staffs we can go for.
Okay.
There's a pickaxe. There's a cane.
Okay, we've got a frying pan, so we're getting closer.
Crowbar, umbrella. There is like a... Okay, so it's not like a flat-headed broom.
Yeah.
But there is a broom. Let's see if there is a different type of broom, or if that's our only one. I love that there's like plungers and American footballs. The Ankh symbol. What on earth is... Yeah. Oh, there's an ocarina. That's so cute. So we can either go kind of broom or plain staff.
I'd say broom. I know it's not the same broom, but
it's still like, yeah, it still gives you that sense. Cool. So base you can customize, but we're gonna keep, because this is all for like a set that we're gonna have while we play with. We're gonna keep that kind of pretty clear. And equally, there's the options of stuff like this, which I'm just going to click on to show because I love it. Like, you can literally just put her on a mobike. But again,
love it.
So this is really cool. Okay, so pose. What you can see is like there's different like example ones, but additionally in advanced you can pick certain body parts and like move them and stuff, so you can get it exactly where you want it. So what's the kind of like rough position that you would like to put her in, and then we can kind of like tweak? I know, right?
Okay. Is it possible for her hands to be in front of her, like clasped or holding the broom?
Oh, okay, let's see.
Maybe not like in an offensive stance.
Yeah, but just... I'm wondering if our best bet for that might be taking just like a standard stand.
Okay.
So like... Do you want kind of more relaxed or standing up?
I think relaxed guard is a good place to start.
Okay.
And we can bend her.
So I'm gonna have a go at this.
The other one was more contained because I got her in this.
Oh wait, sorry. Do you want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of fiddling.
Okay.
And try and get hands in front of her. So okay. So bring the elbow up. Oof. I'm gonna see if it's possible to get her grabbing it, but I don't know if it's just gonna like kind of glitch through. If necessary, I'm gonna find the ones where it's like someone's holding onto something with both hands. Okay, don't take the. That looks so painful, just like taking the arms back and back and back. Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, right into her own chest.
Can I get this hand?
Close.
It is so near. Like I can kind of make them do that, but
I think that's enough. I think that's fine.
I mean, this is quite like.
She's a lot more hunched. Like she'll come forward a lot more.
Let me see if I can. I'm guessing I can probably best hunch. Oh.
That's bend.
So that's bend. Here we are.
Yeah.
We can hunch over a lot more.
That's her.
By doing that. Does that feel cool? I can probably get that hand. I'm so like, I want to get this perfect. I can get that like just up there.
Awesome. Oh, look at her. She's so expressive.
So, colour. The final stage we're going to do.
Okay.
We'll start with skin tone, and then you can choose like an overall theme, but then you can go through like picking individual things.
Okay.
So what kind of skin tone do you want for Daphne?
So Daphne was supposed to be humanoid, so I don't think green's gonna do well for us.
There's like different levels. There's kind of paler.
Ooh, the dark haired.
Okay. Now this is like the theme of clothes in general. There are some more like greeny, foresty vibes, but there's loads of different ones. Do any colours grab you?
Should be like grey or dusky or
Grey,
like
dusky.
a light brown or a very light black, like just.
Okay. There's some kind of brownish ones. We can make these lighter as well.
That could work.
Use that as like a starting place.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to make, because so for anyone who's not seen, I think it was like episode 2 with Daphne, Daphne was deliberately had an unsettling visage and so had an ear in the middle of her face. That's not something that I think we've got capacity for, but do you want to leave anything else like a bit odd? Like I was about to ask, do you want her eyebrows to match the rest of her hair? Or do you just want to leave them kind of like, so it's like her eyebrows are white, but her hair is brown?
Oh no, I thought she would definitely have grey hair. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, that's totally possible. It's literally like you go to kind of the hair section, you can click some different options, and then you can go for like different levels of grey.
I like that one.
That one, okay. I can make the eyebrows the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to change in terms of like, basically you can see as I kind of scale over, it shows you all the different sections. Oh, I
It
didn't
looks
mean.
like you could make each of her wraps like that kind of a darker grey individually.
I think so. Let me go
What's
to
Wolfpack grey look like?
the. I'm gonna go to specifically leather because you've got like all the different types of fabrics and finishes. So leather. Okay, well, what? Let's go to mix. Let's get fancy. And if we go to like say, because this means at least we've got like a leathery finish. Okay, so if you've got one wrap that's like that, and you can,
like if they're all like a slightly different grey, that would be good too.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like an amalgam.
cool. I'm gonna
Daphne's
see.
not a fancy lady.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I just keep copying these, then like the next one is a different vibe. So you can make that wrap that color,
Nice.
and then like that kind of grey. Oh, that looks quite a similar one. I haven't made that different enough. Make that one like that. Let's just try a different.
I like that you've given me literally the ability to make anything, and I've gone, can I get just like a really grey humanoid?
Yeah, wearing like different shades of grey.
Nothing shiny, nothing fancy.
Let's go roll. Oh gosh. And then these little bits can be like, oops, that's me forgetting. That's an important lesson actually. You have to like press copy so it saves as a separate thing and you're not changing the color of stuff that already exists. And then just for the sake of it, change that to like that kind of look. Make that, and then make a different grey. This is a masterclass in shades of grey.
I would die for her. Look at her.
Is there anything else that you would like to tweak about this little lady?
Can she have the bag of holding?
Ah, I guess there would be something in gear. Let me just see what we've got here. Okay, that's a present box. Yeah, this is. I mean that would require. You can always change the position of the hand.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've seen so far to a satchel.
Okay.
I'm just gonna double check like right down the bottom. I think so. I mean, we can always like update it separately because another like show off the stuff. You can save your figures, and so we could also like rename that to just be like aware, even though obviously it's aware as Daphne.
As Daphne.
And then if we were to probably, God, is it bend? Do I want to bend?
Yeah.
I want to bend, and then I want to do something to the elbow. Why is the bag being held in the weirdest way?
It is very upside down, isn't it?
Like she's just twisting. Let's sort out that hand. No, it's a tilt is what I want, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then. Oh gosh, that looks very uncomfortable. That wrist.
It does.
That looks.
Well, she's out behind her at the moment, isn't she? Like that's.
Yeah. Yeah, it involves like bringing that out a little bit, and then we can like tilt stuff a little bit further in without it. Oh, sorry, that's like super bright on my face now. Yeah, and then it doesn't like, it kind of bumps in, but it's not like, oh, we've still accidentally got a backpack on her. I will take the backpack off. Because I forgot that I put a backpack on her. Cool. No, go away, backpack.
You're not welcome.
But that definitely gives us, we can always do like some additional little tweaks. But I think that's so cute.
That's so great. And she looks like, it's so amazing to see something that you've seen in your head.
Yeah.
But just the idea of, yeah, this is a completely nondescript person that there's no reason to look at. Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, sweet. So that's it for like this little installment of Meet the Characters, and obviously meeting like a little portion of Aware. If you're interested in making your own minis, you can make ones that are plain for you to paint at home, but if like me and various people I know, I don't want to speak for Griff, you're bad at painting, or you just want them to be like the colours that you want right from the get-go, then you can do this and use colours because they come 3D colour printed. Aware is obviously a character in Undergods, which is one of the regular Adventurers Wanted shows. Normally it's the first Tuesday of every month, streaming on twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted, but it's always good to take a look at us on Twitter at Adventurers250, because there's always updates there about specifically when certain streams are going out. But we'll leave it there for now. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks Griff for making a character.
This is an absolute blast. Thank you so much for doing this.
Ooh. Bye!